Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Craig here from Gifts Electrical. Hope you're all well. Today we're at a job. Basically we've got to put a supply in for the outside shed, which will have a couple of double sockets which will feed a pool pump and a heater. Just standard 12 volt 230 volt stuff, so 13 amp supplies, nothing major up there. And then we'll also have a feed going to the greenhouse, which I'll show you in a minute. So we'll do a radial off that, and we've got a simple lighting circuit going in the shed as well. 16 mil supply from the board in twin and earth, and then we'll convert it in the house. There was a waste overflow pipe that the client has already run the cables for, so I don't have to run any cables, and we'll basically put that into an adaptable box and get the armour converted to the twin and earth. So we'll go from there. Lots of bits and pieces here. We've got obviously Hager board going in, but if I show you into the garden, so I don't know how well you can see that. We've got the supply coming out, runs down here, runs down the apex and then down and then across, buried, and then that's the greenhouse we're putting in the couple of sockets in. And then the feed, so the main feed runs all the way up. It's already in some conduit, runs up into the shed. Now it's a PME supply, so we are going to TT it, because although it's a wooden shed, it is going to be supplying the swimming pool, so we are just going to TT this just to be on the safe side. So the client actually did run, so this is just a 16 mil 2 core. The client did run a 16 mil back to the shed we just passed, but we only need the 4 mil. So we've got a 4 mil radio on the shed, couple of sockets somewhere within this vicinity, 2 double sockets on the outside, and yeah, basically that will then feed the shed. So there's currently a single socket in there, but we'll probably put a double in afterwards. Or 2 doubles, something like that. But yeah, just fed on a 4 mil 32 amp radial. Little pendant just going up here, nothing special, just literally sitting up there, and then we'll take the cable along, probably come across here, because I think our board is going in this vicinity here, somewhere here or probably here. Just depends really. Light switch. So yeah, so that is what we've got going on here. Obviously, like I said, we have got the board inside. It's a Hager board, dual RCD but plastic board, so obviously yeah, it's a plastic board, so it's I think it was rewired about 4 or 5 years ago. So yeah, that's where we're at. So I'll get cracking and I'll see you guys soon. Okay guys, so we've got earth spike in. We've actually got a second one down here as well, which I just need to put a cap over, as I wasn't planning on putting 2 in. The problem is the ground's rock hard here, and sadly those linion bits I cannot get to work for me. They go down about 1.5 meters, well 1.2 meters, because that's obviously the length of the rod, and then stop. So I've had to resort to brute strength. So we've got 2 rods in, and tested with the Q-Tech, and it's Q-Tech KT65DL, which has the earth rod function, and we're getting 150 ohms with the 2 rods running in series. Board's up, ready to go. Obviously ideally I would have liked it there, but without shifting the shed around, client was like no, just put it above the door. So we've gone above the door. Light switch going down here, repurposed light, so they already had this light fitting here, or they already had the light fitting, we've just put it in. If it works, fantastic. Run back and obviously go up there. We've got sockets, 1 socket going there and then 2 on the outside, and that's where we're at the moment. So I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Okay, so all feeds are in. Just need to put some just some fire rated clips on there, which I have left at home, which is a bit daft, but the cables are in, ready to go. So that's good. Board's obviously there, as you know. Interestingly, CEF have sent me 4 core 4 mil, which is fine, I don't mind, because they've actually invoiced me for 3 core. So what we'll do, we'll actually use the blue for neutral, brown for live obviously, and then the black will get sleeved up basically for earthing or CPC. And then I'm just going to terminate the grey in the back box because it's not going to be used. So yeah, not bad little job really. So earth rod there, obviously, like I said, it's in series, so we've got a second rod on the other side of the shed because I literally couldn't get them down any more than 1200, so that's where we're at. Gonna get wired up. We've got the shed to do left on the outside, and then it's inside. Connect up the two 16 mils in the loft, which we're using an adaptable box and some DIN rail connections, and then connect up the board and then just do testing. So I will catch you in a little bit. Okay, so we've got our armoured coming into the greenhouse. We've replaced the existing 29. There wasn't anything wrong with it, but I've just kept the continuity going from, because it was 2.5 in here, so we've just kept the 4mm. So armoured comes in, Storm T M20 gland into the whisker box, using the Wago 2773s, the new 32 amp small version connector joiners. So yeah, that's all done in there. I'm just going to pack up now. That's us done for today. We're back tomorrow to basically do the internals, and so the client again has already run those inside, so we're just going to make good in. So in the loft we're going to put in an adaptable box, which will join our Twin and Earth 16mm to our SWA 16mm. We'll be using DIN rail mounts for those, and then connect it in the board and do basically testing. So that's where we're at, and guys, I'll catch you again in a little bit. Okay guys, so as you can see, face mask, it's horrible up here, so but good old uni light for the win. You only need a uni light in the loft. So we've got our 16mm feed, which comes from the board into the adaptable box. Now admittedly I've gone a bit large on that, it was larger than I expected, but it's in the loft, it's never going to be touched. Obviously 230 volt sticker on there, so anybody going in there is aware that it is live voltage. Everything's torque tight as well, so they're all good to go. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to go downstairs, take the lid off the board, we'll see what we're dealing with there, The cable was literally sitting above the board, so we just literally need to put a hole up into the ceiling, and then we should be able to just feed it in. I've got a spare breaker in the bag ready to go, and then what we'll do, we'll pull the cable in, we'll link out our ends at the other board end, do some testing, make sure we've obviously got continuity throughout. Obviously on the line in neutral, I know we won't have continuity on the line in CPC. I'll come back up and test it here for that. Although we're not using the CPC from this point onwards, I'll still do an R1, R2 check up to here, and then obviously at least then I'll have those readings and we can go from there. All right, so guys, I'll see you in a little bit. Hopefully you can hear me better and I'll be breathing a lot easier as well. Okay guys, so all the testing's done on this board. Frustratingly, I've just checked back on the camera footage and it's not captured any of it. Problem with these GoPros is when the batteries start to die, or when they're running low, you get vocal but no actual image. So yeah, so we'll capture it on the next one. But what we've done, supplies in, all the tests are fine for the supply up to the shed, so we've locked it off just to make sure that nobody can inadvertently turn it on. And yeah, gonna head up to the back of the garden now and finish off doing those tests there, then we can assemble and dress the board. Okay, so we've made our checked our continuities on the sockets and the lighting. Obviously brand new cabling, no issues there at all. IR's good. So we're just going to do, obviously we've only got an earth rod for this board. We haven't exported the PME, and there's no parallel paths for it to travel down. So let's right. So we'll see what we get from here. $171.4, which actually isn't too bad. When I did the earth rod check with the meter, it came at 150, so I'm happy with 171. That's well within or well below the 200 that's required. Let's just do a PFC. So we got 1 amp. Let's do it. Okay, 1.373 kiloamps. Cool. So I'm going to make a note of those, and then I'll do the other checks. But I'm going to put this cover back on as we're done in the board. Okay, guys, that is us done and dusted at this job. The client's still got to build his pool, but everything is in place. Turns out they're actually going to potentially have a pond somewhere near the greenhouse as well, so they may end up having an additional double socket, which is fine, because it'll be for the pump and for a fountain or something like that. But yeah, we're all done. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you again on the next one. Bye for now.